Mind games are relationship manipulations that keep you both mentally and emotionally off balance. Mind games are usually about feeding the ego. In order to feed the ego, a guy who plays mind games will string you along for as long as possible because, it's all about him. Now, mind games are cruel and misleading and are far too common in the dating world. It's not only about ego, it can also be about control and self-preservation. But playing mind games can lead to people really getting hurt. And no one wants to be led on or toyed with. To protect yourself, it's important to know if you are being played so you don't get hurt. So, here are the signs to look for to know if he is playing mind games with you. Sign number 1. He's hot and he's cold. Sometimes it's all about you. He's giving you lots of attention and affection and making you feel special. You actually start to believe that this could be something real between the two of you. And just when you were starting to let your guard down and catch feelings, he starts giving you the cold shoulder and it's like you do not exist. He basically stops calling or texting. He doesn't even really return your calls or text, or he takes forever to respond if he does. And if he sees you out and about, he will barely acknowledge you and instead force you to create an interaction with him. This is a huge power play and mind game tactic. He is showing you he's in control of this relationship and can stop dealing with you whenever he wants without a care in the world. Sign number 2, he disappears. He was calling or coming around all the time, and then suddenly nothing. He basically ghosts you temporarily. Then he reappears as if nothing happened. Why did he do this? Well, because he can. And basically, he's testing you and playing mind games. But in the process, he may have gotten you thinking you did something wrong or said something wrong. He made you question yourself. His motivation? He wants to see just how easily you are manipulated and how desperate you are to have him. These are huge red flags and a major power play on his part. Sign number 3, he tells you what you want to hear. He says all the right things, but his actions seem to be the opposite. You ask if he is seeing other people, and he denies it or dodges the question completely. You have seen him with other girls, but he says they are just friends, even though there are tons of rumors about him being an untrustworthy player. He tells you that you are special to him and says he cares for you, but after spending time with him, you often feel used and more like a side chick or a booty call than a potential mate or girlfriend. Sign number 4, he's seeing other girls. In his defense, I guess, he may have made it clear that you are not the only one he's seeing or that he has a lot of female friends. But when you are together, he lays it on thick, making you feel like he is really into you and that he has strong feelings for you, which is confusing because how could he be this way with you and have feelings for others too, right? That is the mind game part. That is the player playing you and reeling you in. Guys who do this are not falling for you, and they do not have romantic feelings for you. They are grooming you to reciprocate a false love story they have created to get what they want from you and keep you waiting in the wings. Sign 5, he makes you feel bad about yourself. He dangles a future with him. If you were just a little sexier or your boobs were bigger, if you were skinnier, he could see a future with you. He always manages to make you feel like you are not good enough for him, like you will never be good enough for him. But he gives you just enough attention and romance to make you want to be enough to truly win him over. This is him playing on your self-esteem issues. This is him playing mind games. This is him slowly tearing you down. Now ask yourself, is this really a guy you want a future with? At the end of the day, it should not come down to how hot he is or how much money he has, but how he treats you and how he makes you feel about him and how he makes you feel about yourself. Here's the thing. If a guy is playing mind games with you, he already knows he's really not that into you. But that won't stop him from using you when he is lonely or needs to feel good about himself. If he really cared about you, he would not make you feel so confused or like you are less than all the time. You deserve better than a guy who plays mind games with you. So now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you dealt with a guy playing mind games? Do you play mind games in relationships? What do you do? Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.